I'm Jay. This is Crooked Eye Comics. Now, with this video, what we're doing, everything that you wouldn't expect. Not your normal comics. Not anything close to it. You got foreign comics. Everything is going to be, this year is going to be a crucial time going forward. We have a lot of different books I feel like are going to be taking up in value. At some point it's going to plateau, and at some point it's going to drop. But that comes with anything. We've seen lows already on certain books to start off the year. I feel like up until June, we're going to see everything stay about the same, and then might drop down a little bit after June. That's just my opinion. I'm not basing that off of any information or anything like that. I'm just going off of what a gut feeling. But we have, right now, we're at a point where you have mid-grade Hulk 181s hovering around $10,000 to $12,000. I can't afford that book. A lot of people on the channel can't afford that book. So if you can't afford that book, what do? Let's turn our eye in a different direction. If you can't get a first appearance, go for the second. If you can't get a second, go for the third. What happens is when the market goes up on that number one, it gets to a point where if it reaches a pinnacle, right? Eventually, the people that can't or don't want to get that book at that price turn to an alternative. And then in turn, maybe the second appearance now garners more attention. And you'll see that book start climbing in price. All it takes is for a couple people to buy a book, and it's going to not only retain its value, but it potentially can go up a little bit. You might see a couple dollars here and there, or whatever the case is. But going forward, we have a lot of different things. This video is going to be about foreign books, Canadian price variants. I'm also going to show you obscure or weird comic books. And I have some just cool covers in here because I think covers are going to be a thing this year. They've always been a thing, but I think covers are going to be more so of a thing. If you got a cover that you love in mind, you need to grab it right now, because I feel like this year they're going to take up going crazy, and some of our most iconic and favorite covers are going to be unattainable. So this is going to be not necessarily talking about those, but it's talking about that next tier down. First one I'm going to show off is a foreign comic book. This is Batman 181, but this is a Dutch copy. We see it in, it's not that high of a grade by any stretch of the imagination. But it's cool nonetheless. Now, Dutch copies aren't the only copies. You have Spanish copies. There is French copies. There's all types of different. So I'm not sure of this comic in particular, but I'm just saying in general. I already see a couple other people talking about foreign comics. Foreign comics necessarily never held the same kind of value, because if you go to Mexico, or if you go to Spain, or if you go to the UK, the comics aren't as popular as they are in the United States. But they're more popular there than they are in Spain, or in Portugal, or in Mexico, even in France. So what happens is, in these other countries, they have them, but they don't take care of them and things like that, like we do with our books. A lot of books aren't bagged and boarded in a lot of these other countries. I don't know what the reasoning for it. I don't know anything like that, but they're just not taken care of. And they're not held to that standard that they are here. So it's harder to find a high grade in those. But that takes me into my next point with these Canadian price variants. I see a huge market for Canadian price variants. This is Batman 356. It's a I would say in terms of covers go, now this is Doctor Strange. This is not the Doctor Strange from the Marvel universe. This is from DC. And this is Hugo Strange. I see not only this book in particular, but this hits two of my marks. This is a Canadian price variant, and it's a really good cover. So when I can get multiple factors hit with one book, I pounce on it. I got this book for $7. Is it going to ever be $1 million book? No. But it should tick up in value, if even partially what I'm saying is accurate. So all I have to do is be half right. If I'm half right, and let's say Canadian price variance skyrocket, that's gonna go up. Or if covers skyrocket, that's gonna go up. So all I have to do, it gives me another variable in there that I don't have to be 100% right. I can be half right and still gain on that book. I'll just show this off really quick. You know, you've got Moon Knight coming. Now, when I first saw this cover, I love this cover. This is Moon Knight #5 from the Lemire run, okay? Crazy cover. I think books like this are going to start ticking. You got another one, checks multiple boxes. Moon Knight spec, great cover. If that jumped up double in price over the course of the next 4 months, I wouldn't be shocked at all. Now the next one, this is an amazing cover. You got Loki on the cover. This is Avengers #9, cover B. Crazy cover. How this book hasn't skyrocketed already blows my mind, but I'm not going to argue with it. I paid $9 for the book. Cover price for it is $5, so I spent $3 over cover. And there's no reason why that book should not take a little turn for the better. The next book I'm going to show you is from on the obscure side. Now this is a miniature. This is Sensational Spider-Man mini comic #3. I don't know much about this. It's not worth that much. But I think things like this, when I see them, I get them. Because, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, you have certain books that are always a Hulk 181. It's always going to be up there. Ghost Rider #1. It's always going to be up there. That's the... It's just, it comes with the territory. So, here's another cover that's just absolutely crazy. This is Venom Inc. #1, Virgin edition. Now, Virgins are another one that we could get into. A lot of these Virgin copies, if they have a sick cover like that, they're going to start jumping too, because the market, it's going to balance and go off of itself. So if covers start to inflate, variants are going to tick up too. So it's all going to be progressing up. So I just think now is the time. This one is one of my favorite covers that I have. Let's look at that. So the idea of this video is just, don't necessarily, have fun with it. Some people, I'm going to change up over the course of the next year probably. I might not like what I like now. Like right now I'm collecting different things for the Crooked Eye Corner. Check out that video if you haven't yet. But I'm collecting those for that now. So it just all depends. Like over the course of the next year, I might change my mind. I might start collecting Hulk, or I might start collecting Avengers, or do this or do that. And it might change 6 months after that. We need to find new and exciting things, where sometimes we get bored with the hobby and this, that, and the third. So if you do that, go seek out like some crazy covers or just have fun with it, And this is just should open your eyes a little bit on different avenues potentially. Now, by no means necessary am I a stock comic investor or anything like that. or a financial advisor, but I just want to try to give you tips on what you can do to better not only your collection, but to have fun while you're doing it. If you haven't checked out any of my other videos, please go do that. We're going to be pumping out a ton of content over the next 48 hours, so stay tuned. I'm Jay, Crooked Eye Comics. I'm out.